Okay.
I'll
try not to break it.
Don't
Yeah,
take
sure.
it away with you at the end. Okay, I need it for the moment.
One quick question. Before we actually go, is Nigel? I imagine he's feeling obviously a bit.
No, he's not. He's laughing next door with some wine in his hand.
I don't think he's laughing next door with someone.
I saw him laughing.
Oh, right.
Probably not about the game.
Probably not about the game, no. Okay.
Well, certainly he's upset.
Yeah, okay. So I think we should... He might come in. That's what Nigel sometimes does. He might just float in. Okay, so Lev, very... looked like very smooth. I mean, you didn't really have any problems at all in that game. Not at one point, did you? I mean...
No. I mean, this all may seem smooth, but in fact, there was a lot of complication in the game because, you know, the setup that Nigel used in the game looks kind of strange.
It looks ugly, doesn't it, that night on C6?
No, it actually is kind of solid yet extravagant, you know. Kind of extravagant because the knight goes on a5 and black is threatening knight e4, and the position remains very, very unclear. I mean, white has to play very precisely to exploit misplaced pieces. So okay. I was quite happy to find this idea because, yeah, the queen on f4, of course, the queen belongs here. But
so sorry, if he played knight d7, would you have gone queen f4 anyway?
Yes, anyway, I would have, because basically I'm trying to exchange the queens, put the rook on e1, and then rook c1, e3, knight e5. That's the, or without e3.
Okay.
So at this moment, I was actually considering h6 to be the most precise move.
Mm.
It doesn't weaken the knight.
That's what we were thinking. H6. It looks G6 looked a bit strange, didn't it? And it actually.
Well, it looks very natural, but I think I found good two moves that exploited this weakness. I was actually quite happy here because it seems that if black gets to play king g7, he'll be all right. And the secret is that I don't really have any good moves because, in fact, if I go e3, he'll get to exchange his knight,
right,
and the advantage slowly evaporates. So this is the right move, and now I can't go e3. If I could just play e3, knight d2, I would be much better. But the problem is that, yeah, I don't have the rook c1.
Oh, you don't
anymore.
have rook c1 because the queen. If you just, if we can draw an arrow, or we'll just.
Is this like that?
That's right. Yeah, there you go.
The e3 pawn is covering that. So another thing is, if I just take, which is a possible line, and play e3, of course it looks nice for white, but it's not that much because he can play c6, then slowly, or knight b8 even, and slowly play bishop b7, knight d7. White is slightly better, but it's not easy to win the game. So
actually, because in the game, what ended up happening is that he could never move that knight on c6,
yes,
which is a huge feature, right? So what was the next critical moment then in this game? A3 was a nice move.
I was actually thinking that Nigel will play something like knight b8 here. It looks quite logical.
Okay.
And you know, the problem is that at a certain moment, white is threatening to take and play e4. That's why
right.
It's all connected to the king g7.
Right, because you've got this check at the end.
Yes.
Many lines.
So I was thinking that he would go and protect his bishop and then play c6. So I thought this was the right way for him to play.
Okay. So knight a5 is a mistake, maybe. Then you think
I'm thinking it's an inaccuracy.
inaccuracy.
Yeah, because here, if he could play c6, it would be all right.
Sure.
But e4,
Yeah, but e4 is just a killer.
and he can't retreat because I play e3 and then b4, so his both pieces are misplaced.
Right. Okay, so then he played knight e4, which
Yeah, I was thinking he would go for this, but this is kind of risky. I was thinking for him. So now e4 is not that good because he takes. So I was planning to do this. And then if knight b7, I can play e4, and it's just better
really
for
good
white,
for you.
yes.
Yeah.
But I was thinking this is the way to play for him. Anyway.
Because after knight e4, what ended up happening is we had this exchange, and then we had a further exchange, and we got after king takes f1.
Yeah.
And we were looking at this with Vlad, because Vlad came in before, and he was just saying, how, this is so bad for black, this position.
It is.
Because
It's a terrible position, but I managed to spoil it with,
oh, really?
with a4. Yeah.
Is a4 not so good here?
Yeah, I blundered knight a6. Should have just went knight d2 or b5. It's a good advantage for me. I'm not sure I'm winning immediately, but I'll slowly, gradually, will do it.
Okay. So a4 was maybe a slight inaccuracy because...
Yeah, because I forgot somehow that after knight d2 he has this c5 move.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually relieved that I still have...
This move,
You know.
knight b3.
Otherwise, I couldn't even have a trace of advantage. And I'm actually kind of lucky that here, this...
You've got rook c7.
Yeah, got rook c7. Otherwise, this would have been a knight schmuck. So, knight b4 was the right move. And I'm actually quite happy I found this idea, with take a5, because now I'm threatening to attack his knight and put my pawn on a6. So it's still not over. It's still kind of unpleasant. I was actually thinking he would go f5.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm not sure what's happening in here. I mean, with some precise play, he should be close to a draw, but
Oh, wow.
yeah, I was thinking to play something like this with king f6. Yeah, f5 was the right move. Definitely, he had to get the space.
Okay.
Once he allowed me to put my pawn on g4, it's very unpleasant.
Yeah, because we were saying a bit further on, knight d5, rook c8, this was all sort of... that the knight was never actually good on d5. It was actually a sort of misplaced knight.
Yes, it was.
And then you started... So if I can use the arrow,
Sure.
if you don't mind, to go through it. We've seen how you play on both sides of the board here, which is crucial to get those weaknesses, which was excellent. And really, and then, before we knew it, we were looking at this mad time scramble with David and Vichy and who else was in trouble? Luke was in time trouble as well. And then we got a position here where
Nigel lost all his pawns.
he had no pawns left, which was... and I don't know if this is all forced, but okay, it looks like...
Well, I mean,
You must have been
it
winning. When
was
your knight's
very
on,
unpleasant.
when the knight's on d4, it must be winning for you, surely. And the knight on a6 and the knight on d4 must be winning for you.
Yeah, I guess. Well, and later I almost managed to spoil it, but I've calculated that I thought that this wouldn't save him, so I've calculated this line.
Okay.
And yeah, I've got 94 here, which wins.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that...
Otherwise, it would... Because my main threat is that after a3, I actually got this move. And now rook e1, knight e4.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, king f7, knight d6. Yeah, so I win. Otherwise, it's not even winning here. Because I was actually, at first, my initial plan was to play king f5.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking this is winning. I was kind of happy. this looks nice. But then I've noticed the refutation. I was quite relieved I didn't play
Oh
it.
wow!
Yeah.
And that's
And
then
he's stopping 96. Otherwise, 96 is 7.
oh my, and of course the knight on d5 stops e7.
Yes.
So-
Yeah, but at least you can still draw.
Yeah, sure. I was actually, for a moment, I was thinking that maybe I had winning chances, but it was...
It's not what you want, really, is
yeah,
it?
yeah. So I saw e6 is still winning.
Yeah, this is a nice finish actually.
Yeah, Nigel told me that he forgot that knight can come to e4. He thought that I can play knight h7, but with knight h7, what he actually planned works perfectly.
Oh right, let's see it then because that's the move I was looking at originally.
Yeah, and now knight doesn't go to d6 anymore.
Right, but so basically, if you want to play rook d7, a1 queen, and you can't play knight, just to illustrate that, if you play rook d7,
And yes, and here he's just taking.
taking with check, yeah, okay. So that's that. Yeah.
That's why it's crucial. And
To play
it's-
knight e4.
Yeah, knight e4.
And this is a nice finish because you're threatening also knight f6 and rook f7 mate. So, yeah, that's it actually, isn't it? Then the game
Yeah.
finished like it did. All right, okay. Well, it's amazing because we just thought that was plain sailing, and then you've come in here and think, well, he's nearly equalised. So it just goes to show that you have to be so precise at this level, don't you, to be able to. We're going to keep you just for 1 second because it's question time, and that's not BBC One 10:30 Thursday night question time, but we're going to go to McCall. Twitter questions. Tell me we got some Twitter questions.
Live audience first, so no dead members of the audience, please. Any questions?
Oh,
One
in the
back.
corner.
Yeah, we've heard live compared to Tigran and Trojan several times over the past few days. How does he feel about that comparison?
Oh, right. You've been
Well,
compared
that's.
to...
I mean, it's very flattering. I feel honored that I'm being compared to a great champion, but I think it's impossible to play in a style that Trojan was doing because you can't really imitate that. Although I'm trying to play positionally, his style was kind of really strange, very slow at times, very untypical for modern days.
All right. Okay.
Anybody else?
I was just wondering how you found the chess culture in London compared to other cities you've been to.
Nice question. Chess in London compared to chess in somewhere else?
Well, I'm really pleased that people come to watch, and we have beautiful environment and a nice hall for playing, and I think it exceeds my initial expectations. 'Cause I was thinking that chess in Western world is not that popular anymore. So I've been to different venues, but here it's pretty spectacular.
Wow. That's great. Okay. Any more questions in the audience? Yes, in the back.
Earlier on, he sort of praising your play and saying that he's felt that you and Magnus Carlsen would be people to watch in the future. How do you find making chances?
Okay. Just,
Your view on that generally?
did you hear that?
Yes, yes.
Oh, right. Okay. You'll hear it well. Okay. So,
I'm happy that I'm being included in this list, so-called. I'm trying to play my best. I don't know. I don't really go into thinking about rivalries or any kind of future. I'm just trying to come to a game and do my best. And lately, I think I've been improving because I've been paying more attention, to important factors in the game as concentration, for example. So, I think it would be exciting in the next couple of years. I hope so. Because
I know we'd love to see you in a World Championship fight against Carlsen or Nan. That would be great. We've got the Twitter sphere.
We got a question from DC Luigi on Twitter. Asks, Levon, when are you getting married?
Is Ariane online? Should we check quickly? I don't know if she's listening.
well, I haven't been thinking about this.
Let's hope she's not listening.
and even if I was thinking about this at this current moment, I don't think I would talk about it.
Possibly not the right venue.
Okay.
Okay, another question. We touched on this, but to what do you attribute your good results in the past year?
I think that the work that I did before the candidate matches is paying off, and the fact that I started to employ some new openings, and I'm trying to enrich my play with different strategies is working for me.
All right. Well, I suppose if there's no more questions in the audience or
Thank you
anyone,
very much for coming.
thank you
Good
so
luck
much.
with the rest of the-
Thank you.